RMJ movie reviews back again. Ooh, sorry guys, a little tired there. Now it's time for a sip. Alright everybody, I'm coming with an on-the-fly movie review. I usually do them outside the car, but it's like literally like 8 degrees here right now, so I ain't doing that. I came to review the new superhero movie called Deadpool, starring Mr. Ryan Reynolds himself. I really didn't know much about the character of Deadpool. I vaguely remember seeing little kind of comic strips of him, very vaguely. I know I did see X-Men's Origins Wolverine when that came out, and I thought that movie was a total it just was not good. The actors were good in it, but it just was not a good movie. And from what I hear from like all the hardcore Marvel superhero buffs, they say that was a horrible interpretation of Deadpool. So I'm just going to take their word for it. But as this film stands, I'm happy. I think that Ryan Reynolds has finally found a superhero role that fits his kind of sarcastic, raunchy, kind of, wise ass kind of persona, because Green Lantern, and I'll be the first to admit, I didn't hate Green Lantern. I did not see the film theatrically. I rented it like from Blockbusters, like I think a little bit before they closed, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was a decent time waster. When they were back on the Green Lantern planet or whatever, I thought those were like the coolest parts. But I thought Green Lantern was okay. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else, but I didn't have high expectations for that movie. Blade Trinity, I don't know if Hannibal King was an actual character in the Blade comics or not, but that movie was a sin. It was a piece of trash garbage. I hate Blade Trinity so much. You can see how much I'm seething at the mouth talking about that movie. I hate that movie. Ryan Reynolds, and I'm a person, I have nothing against Ryan Reynolds as a performer, as an entertainer. I think I like Ryan Reynolds, and he seems like he's a really laid back, cool guy when I've seen him in interviews. He doesn't seem like he has any ego or anything. But him and Jessica Biel were, I hate that movie, man. That movie was stolen from Wesley Snipes. It was supposed to be a hardcore horror actioner, and it was turned into this trash garbage, man. I hate that movie, man. And Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel were just out of place in that thing. I hate that movie so much. But all those movies aside, this is Ryan Reynolds' niche. Supposedly, from what I've read, this character is kind of Ryan Reynolds' kind of sarcastic humor is how the character is written in the comic books. So this movie is tailor-made for him. I love that this movie very much, he breaks the fourth wall. He talks to the audience. The movie is very tongue-in-cheek. Is very violent. I've heard other YouTubers and other movie reviewers say that, the violence is over the top. But, as you all saw from my DVD collection, I don't think this movie is too far from, The Hateful Eight or Grindhouse, Planet Terror, Death Proof, or From Dusk Till Dawn, the Robert Rodriguez, George Clooney movie. It's all kind of about on that level. So in that case, I didn't think it was that bad. So I thought it was perfectly suited well. I love the sarcastic humor. The opening titles was cool, and I love how the movie is so self-aware of everything. Like they're like, like they go to the X-Men, Professor Xavier's school of the gifted at the big old mansion, and the whole movie you're only seeing Colossus, and you're seeing this new girl, which I've already forgot what her name is. And I love how Ryan Reynolds goes. He goes to the mansion. He goes, I know you guys are probably thinking there are only 2 X-Men. What, 20th Century Fox couldn't afford the rest of the cast? And that's what he literally says in the movie. I'm paraphrasing, but he says that, and I was thinking that while I was watching it, and I was like, that's funny, and I just love that there's the fact that this is rated R. I'm so happy because like the first Blade and the second Blade and That other piece of garbage doesn't even count because I don't know what that was. But this character is perfectly suited for a rated R genre. So I'm glad that we got a Marvel movie. I don't think the Marvel logo popped up at the beginning of this. From what I could be wrong, I've already forgotten. But I really like the fact that this is not a children's movie. It's hardcore. They didn't try to dumb it down and change it into something that it's not. You know what I mean? And I love a la Expendables 3. You guys remember that rant. So I love the fact that it was true to what it was supposed to be and it didn't cut any corners. I love all the one-liners. I thought it was just a perfect mix of one-liners, kind of crude, Judd Apatow, 40-year-old virgin type of humor, and then good cartoonish, over-the-top movie violence. I really liked it. And there was a lot of tie-ins and nods to the Marvel Universe. I mean, matter of fact, not even just tie-ins and nods. I mean, there was blatant references to all the Marvel movies. They make fun of Hugh Jackman in there. They really rip on X-Men Origins and how Ryan Reynolds... There's actually a direct rip with a toy action figure in the movie where they make fun of Ryan Reynolds with the sewn-up mouth and stuff and the Wolverine claws from X-Men Origins, which I thought it was stupid at the time when I saw it. And I love how they really rip on that movie a lot. There's a lot of nods to 80s movies, 80s toys, 80s music references. There's a reference to Ferris Bueller's Day Off in there. Because when I saw it, I was like, are you serious? Deadpool is dressed like Ferris Bueller. And those of us who grew up in the 80s and really remember that movie, you know the scene I'm talking about. There's a reference to Weird Science in there. There's a reference, I think, to a John Cusack movie. Reference to Voltron. There's just tons. Alien 3. And I love the girl's reaction. She goes like, "Oh my God, you're so old," which is like so hysterical because, digressing a minute, I was at work one time and we got cable in our break room, so I was watching. They had the Alien movies on AMC, and I was watching Alien 3, and one of the nurses came in, and she's a little bit younger than me. She's like 21. And she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Alien 3." And she was like, "What's Alien 3?" I'm like, "Well, there's aliens, there's Alien, there's Aliens, and there's Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection." She's like, "Oh, it's not Aliens vs. Predator?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." And she said, "I thought that it was just Aliens vs. Predator." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting old." But it was funny because when that girl made that line, it reminded me of that time when I was at work, and I was like, "God, I feel like I'm kind of getting up there, even though I'm still young." But anyway, flash forward. And it was a fun movie. I was glad that they went balls to the wall and they didn't hold back. There's a lot of one-liners. I can't think of my favorite one off rip, but one of the ones I really liked was the scene where like Deadpool has got the head guy and he's got the gun to his head. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. And Colossus comes in and goes, "No, but to be an X-Man, you need to have courage, and to be a hero means more than brawn." And the cap off to that scene it was hysterical. It was just ridiculous. I love that scene. There were so many other good ones. I love how they do the love making montage with Ryan Reynolds and his love interest in the movie, and the one part of the love scene that you all know which one I'm talking about. The only thing I'll say is where she licks his ear. That's all I'm gonna say. But oh my God, I couldn't even believe they even went there. But the fact that they went there, I was with this movie, man. That was crazy, man. That was like really hilarious. So I'm not gonna rant on and on about Deadpool. Deadpool is a lot of fun. I think if you're a hardcore comic book movie fanatic, I think you'll be very satisfied with the film. Of course, people who are fans of Ryan Reynolds and his style of humor, you'll love his humor in there. It was a fun flick. I liked it. I don't think this is a movie that's like built for summer. I think it's perfect time of the year that it came out, February. I don't think this film. I think it would do good in the summer, but I don't think it. This is the perfect time for it. Also, I want to mention. I saw some other YouTubers who made some comments about what's her name? Who's the fighter, the UFC fighter? Gina Carano. How you say her last name? Carano. She did the movie Haywire. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. She's fine. I think she's fine. I don't care if she got a square jawline. That don't mean nothing to me. She's fine. In this movie, they try to make her look manly, and nah, she's fine. I don't care. I like me some Gina Carano. I do. She fine to me. I don't care what anybody says. And as far as like, some people saying, oh, she can't act. Look, she's playing the second fiddle to the heavy. It's just like how they used to do movies in the 80s and the 90s. You get some good character actor to play the heavy, and then you get like some ex-boxer, some ex-football, NFL player or whatever to play the muscle. It's the same thing here. She acts through physicality, and she's got a really nice pair of boobs. I just had to say that I love her boobs. I'm sorry, I had to put that out there. They're beautiful. She's beautiful. I love her dark hair. Okay, I'm done with that right now. Okay, Deadpool is good. Go check it out. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share my video. Leave a comment down below about Gina Carano and Marvel and Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds' offbeat sense of humor. The references in the movie. Also, there's a reference to George Michael in the movie, which is very funny too, because that song in the closing credits, I used to hear in my household all the time when I was a kid. Okay. Yeah. Leave comments down below. Ryan Reynolds' humor. Gina Carano's boobs. Hey, let's talk about Deadpool. My next movie review for Black History Month is going to be The 5 Heartbeats, a cult classic directed by Robert Townsend himself. RMJ Movie Reviews. I will see you all soon.